That man said, close the doors. Ain't nobody leaving until we get $40,000 tonight. And then he said, shh, this ain't the time to be talking. Giving is worship.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, church music. If you guys didn't know, the black church is the soul of the black community. At least it used to be. It was the place where you met your first friends, and some of you might have got some jobs there, or college recommendations, or even met your wife. But now the black church has turned into a place of horror. And then for some people, black church is a circus. And that can be evident because of the pastors that are now out in the open. The internet has allowed ministries to come about that are predatory. And pastors like this prove the example.
And in the dream, the Lord says he's one, and he says there's others on your mailing list and everywhere. They can sow 1 million. Some of them can sow 100,000, but they're holding back their money. He says, tell them, do not hold back their finances. This was in a dream. And so you got to understand, God wants to do mighty things for you. But if you sow into his kingdom, especially this kingdom vision here, God will always make sure your vision come to pass, your promise.
Stop the cap.
And a lot of the emotionalism in the black church is also a problem. The running around, the singing, the extravagant dancing.
Black men don't go to church. One reason is because they not coming in there to holler and shout and fall and lay prostrate and cry and run around the church and all this here emotional stuff. That stuff is for emotional women and feminine men.
From the lying and the begging in predatory ministry to just the outright emotionalism running around looking silly, black men and black people in general have declined going to church service. It's pretty much a one-way street to getting into financial ruin. And one of the people that have been accused of this is popular singer/pastor Marvin Sapp. Now, Marvin Sapp had a very famous song called Never Would Have Made It, and you guys have probably heard that song throughout Black America. But yesterday at his church, this clip came out. This clip most likely came out a few days ago, but it's been going viral the last few days. And in this instance, Marvin Sapp demanded that the church doors be locked until he receives $40,000.
Huh? And they understand the cost that is involved. There's 1,000 of you. I said, close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed.
Hell no, to the no.
Stop the show, Marvin. You could have been in some serious danger by locking that door.
You have your own little personal meet and greet with the Lord. The moment the doors hit click, I don't think you want to do that, Marvin. I do not. There is a blicky somewhere in that congregation. There is a blicky. Just because in the house of the Lord, somebody's singing, our God is an awesome God, and they got a 9mm on their right hip. I just don't think you want to do that.
But wait, there's more.
Popcorn, get 1 soda, 2 straws. I wasn't cheap. That's swag. I was looking in her eyes. She's looking in mine. Can't do that no more. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. I got you. Let's see. So put your 20 away, preachers. That 20 wasn't for you. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm going to have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. Even if you're giving tangibly, just put your hand on the...
Now, in this clip, as you can see, he's asking the people in the audience to give $20. But wait, stop the show. If you're in the pulpit or the preacher's area, you got to give $100. And all of them are up there laughing like, yo, whatever he's doing is cool. Now, they may feel a little bad about it, but hey, they probably want their own ministry one day, and this is the way to do it because, hey, if you can pimp your members out of the money, it's a great thing to do. But wait, there's more.
Take your phone and stick it on the bucket. Shh. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. Giving is worship. This ain't the time to talk. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saints. This is an easy miracle. We should be able to raise $40,000 tonight just from y'all giving. That's it.
Now, he's telling people to turn their phones off. Giving is worship. Basically telling them everything to do. Like, listen, you guys are talking too much. Turn your phones off. Be focused on giving the money and nothing else. But the commenters did not like that on the Shade Room. And we're going to give some time for them to speak their mind. First person says, this is why folks have a hard time believing in church. Another person goes, never would have gave it. The song was never would have made it, but they're just making fun of it. Got him! This person says, you can be a legend one day and a meme the next. We were all just jamming to his Tiny Desk. Now, for you guys know, Tiny Desk is a platform that allows people to come on and do concerts. And his concert that he did on Tiny Desk, it was well received. This guy goes, and when one of them congregation members fall on hard times, he ain't gonna have ish for him, but 3 Hail Marys. Now let's talk about that. We all know about preachers, especially the first one I posted, David E. Taylor, in which he makes you give all of your belongings to him. And if you fall on hard times, if you become broke, it's over. You should have gave the money. And then you know what David E. Taylor will do? He will go out and sleep with your wife, get your wife pregnant. I don't even want to go on the expose on him because it's all across the YouTube. You can check it out for yourself. But you give all that you have to this guy, and he can't even allow you to get $20 of your own money back. And this person is exactly right. You're giving your last dollars to these guys, and they're doing whatever they want with the money. The next person says, doors closed or open, pressuring people isn't the spirit of giving. A lot of folk can't even pay their bills. That's absolutely true. What's going on in these churches now? I would like to know. Now, people are also on his side. This person goes, y'all complain too much about tithing. Give to God's house and stop worrying about where it's going. That's why most of you have money troubles now. This other person goes, my dad is a pastor and this didn't sit well with him. Too many pastors are taking advantage of their congregation and it's sad. But wait, I know y'all didn't think that Pastor Marvin Sapp was gonna take this lying down, did ya? Marvin Sapp posts on his Facebook just 23 hours ago. He says this, response, let's add context to the clip on social media. Recently, a clip has gone viral of me challenging 2,000 individuals virtually and in person to plant a seed of $20 during an international gathering held at a convention center with over 4,000 people in attendance that evening plus virtual viewers. In that same moment, I also challenged leadership to lead by example by sowing $100. That evening, I personally gave much more. Now, he doesn't talk about how much more he gave. Some have taken issue with a particular moment when I instructed the ushers rather firmly to close the doors during the offering. To those unfamiliar with the church context or who may not regularly attend worship gatherings, this has been misinterpreted as holding people hostage as well as offensive. That was never my intent. Stop the show. Then why did you lock the doors? You think somebody's stupid? Reverend James Cleveland used to do the same thing. Lock the door so you can't go out while the giving is going. Somebody had a medical emergency during that time and couldn't get out, you would be in big trouble. Let's continue. The truth is, when finances are being received in any worship gathering, it is one of the most vulnerable and exposed times for both the finance and security teams. Movement during this sacred exchange can be distracting and at times even risky. My directive was not about control. It was about creating a safe, focused, and reverent environment to those choosing to give and for those handling the resources. What do you mean those choosing to give? You said they all had to give. They didn't have a choice. Unfortunately, in this social media age, snippets are easily shared without context, and assumptions are quickly made without understanding the full picture. Conferences have budgets, churches have budgets, and people have budgets. As the assigned ministerial gift for this international gathering, one of my responsibilities was to help raise the conference budget. That's not manipulation, it's stewardship. Okay? Now, I won't go into more of that because he's basically defending himself as to what he wanted to do. And you know, that is his right. But let me just say that as a minister of God, you must be concerned about how you look. And again, if that particular conference couldn't afford to do what it was doing, it doesn't need to be there. I mean, still, people don't need to be forced into giving money and sowing the seed if they don't want to. Now, if you can ask people nicely, sure, we need people to go out willingly and let's support this conference. People who are going to give would have helped you, would have gave more, okay? But you're saying, lock this door, we're going to do this. That's the issue, all right? And then you're taking no accountability in your part as a minister of God to do this. And this is what turns off a lot of people from the gospel or the good news of Jesus Christ or being a Christian in general, because you look and sound like a blood hungry, thirsty dude that will do anything for money. And guess what? People are not wrong, because that is exactly who you are. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.